I can't wait to have kids to embarrass the heck out of both Nick and them. Like, I can't wait.
I know that you recently celebrated 1 year of marriage. Congratulations. I mean, what has been the best and most challenging part of this past year for you guys?
The best has been how easy it was to just feel like a family and how close each other's families got. And also, he became my best friend so quickly. Like, even more so after we were done filming, it was just like, it was so natural. I think one of the most difficult parts was the fact that we both live from home. Or we both work from home. Yeah. And because of that, we were constantly on top of each other. I was working in the kitchen. And so he would come out to get ice and I'd be like, Nick, I'm in a meeting, I'm presenting right now. And so that was tricky, but you know, it's an easy solution. I got a separate office space. And so now it's like, we don't have to worry about that anymore. And it's gotten a lot easier since then.
When cameras stopped rolling, did you guys kind of look at each other and be like, oh my God, what just happened? What did we just do? Were you like nervous in that point? Like, were you like, oh my God, did you ever question your decision at all?
Well, we didn't question the decision of marriage, but I remember we actually in the pods made a bucket list of the things that we wanted to do after the show was done. And one of the first things was going to this restaurant. And we sit there and we look around, we're like, we're waiting for someone to tell us what to do. Yeah, it was funny. Like, even at our wedding, we're like, are we supposed to cut the cake? Like, you feel like you need permission to do that.
Yeah. Do you ever talk about like redoing your wedding or having a separate wedding that's not having somebody tell you when to cut the cake?
Oh, completely. Yeah. At either our 2 or 3 year anniversary, we really wanted to redo a reception to make sure all of our families can be there, to make sure, like, I've always dreamt of, you know, my dream wedding and wedding planning and a bachelorette party. And so we're redoing all of that. It's just like when we have the time.
Right. Of course. You guys are so busy. I mean, I think you said, that the two of you went into couples therapy shortly after the show. I mean, how do you feel like that helped you? Are you still doing that? Where are you guys kind of at with that?
It's incredibly helpful. I think both individually and with couples, because a lot of things are so misinterpreted or taken personally, or people can get defensive without listening to what someone's actually saying. So taking the time with a third party to be like, you know, Danielle, you're interpreting what Nick's saying wrong. This is actually what he means, and vice versa. And so it really eliminates a lot of like fights or arguments that never have to happen in the first place.
Right. Did you ever feel pressure since being on the show? Obviously, you guys are very happily married, but did you ever feel pressure to stay together in those like hard moments? Because, you know, everybody was so invested in your love story and want to see you guys succeed. Did that ever cross your mind?
No. No, I don't think that we would stay in something if we didn't want to stay in it. I think we both love each other so much that there are difficult times, but if you focus on that, you know you're going to get through them and it's not worth the arguments that you're getting into. Yeah.
Did you ever think going on the show that this would be the outcome though?
I don't know. Yeah. So I had a good idea that this kind of platform or this kind of structure would work for me just because like, I typically don't go for physical appearance. If you looked through all of my ex-boyfriends, you'd be like, there's literally no consistency here. And so I go for a certain personality type. So in terms of me falling in love with someone, I did think that that was a possibility. Getting married, I thought that was a far stretch, but that's the ultimate goal. I was like, after I was like pinching myself, I was like, did this really happen?
Yeah.
So it's like you can't wish for a better outcome than that.
Of course. I mean, what was going through your mind during that moment on the altar?
I was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really happy. You know, it was stressful, but overall, I just had this gut feeling that it was going to happen, and it did.
Yeah. Did you ever think that a no was going to come out of his mouth?
We flip-flopped a lot.
Right.
We flip-flopped a lot before everything had happened. And it was like 5 seconds before we walked down the aisle that we decided we were going to say yes. So the day was stressful in and of itself, but it's like the second, we both said this, it's like the second we said yes, it felt like this entire cloud was taken away from us because of like all of the pressure that we put on ourselves to figure out whether we wanted to say I do or I don't. And then it just like, I don't know. It was like a magical feeling that's hard to describe, but it was great.
That's amazing. I mean, like you said, you know, in a couple years down the line, you guys want to redo the wedding. I'm sure you get this question all the time, but do you eventually want to start a family? Is that kind of in the future cards?
Oh, I can't wait to have kids to embarrass the heck out of both Nick and them. Like, I can't wait. However, I also like, we got married really quickly. And so it's not, anywhere in the next 2 years, maybe after that, but we really just want to take the time to focus on one another.